Everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Today's video is a very exciting one. I think I have finally found my shade in the TirTir foundation. After this foundation, I have tried two more shades and I'm going to show you all the three shades and do a comparison, and we'll see which one is my favorite. And I have also found my favorite formulation in this foundation. This is the glowy version of the red cushion foundation and I just love it. So I'll show you this one also on my face and you'll get an idea on how this one looks compared to the red one. So if you guys are interested to know about these two foundations, please do continue watching. Okay, before I start, a little story time. I have already done a video on this red cushion foundation. I hope you have watched it. If you have not, I will put the video in the description box below. You can go ahead and check it out. In that video, I was testing out the shade 30N and this was the first shade which I have got. But I was not completely happy with the shade which I had got, and the shade range is so amazing. I thought maybe something out there is better for me. So after 30N, which I thought was just a tiny bit light for me, I got the shade 33N. So 33N is the shade Macchiato, which is also great. It works out fine for me. But since this foundation just slightly changes the color or deepens down just ever so slightly once it settles on the face, this particular shade is just a tad bit dark right here around here. It's not a big issue, it's not a big problem at all. You can easily conceal this area and be happy about it. But I was still curious if there is something much better for me. And the good thing is that you also get this foundation in this smaller pack, which is like probably around half the size, and it costs a little bit less, so you can actually try out different shades and settle for a shade which you think matches you the most. So I was not completely satisfied with this, so I purchased one more shade, 31N. So after 30N, I bought 33N and I got 31N. I don't think there is a 32N if I remember correctly. So 31N is French beige and I think this is what matches me very closely. This one looks much better after it settles on my face. It doesn't look dark, especially in this area, and I think this one is what I prefer the most. So I'm going to show you this foundation on this side of the face and we will apply it. Before I go ahead and apply this foundation, let me show you all the three shades on my face. Let's do the shade comparison first. So this is 30N. Next we're going to try 31N. 31N, this one. Let's do 33N as well. 33N. So if I compare these three shades, 30N, 31N and 33N, 30N is slight bit light, 33N and 31N are more perfect match for me, where 33N is just slightly bit dark in this region. So 31N is a more preferred shade. I don't know if you can hear it, if the microphone is catching it. It is so windy outside and it's super sunny. It's just a weird weather outside. But anyways, let's apply 31N on this side of the face. I will show you how it looks on me, and on this side of the face I'm going to apply this one. I am super excited about this. This is the TirTir Mask Aura Cushion Foundation and this is the glowy version of this one. So I am most happy with the shade 31N and this is what I'm going to apply on this side of the face, and I'm glad that they have these smaller packages. This is how they compare in size. So the smaller one has 4.5 or 0.15 ounce of product and the bigger one has 18 grams or 0.63 ounce of product. So it's almost like you get a lot of product here. It's almost more than 3 times the product which you get here. This one will retail for $15 and this one retails for $25. I think price wise this is good. So if you want to just try out some shades, you can get the smaller one and then probably get the bigger one. So I really like this concept, and the packaging of the smaller one is also not bad. It's like very sturdy and very cute. It's the same packaging, the same puff. The puff will of course be smaller, but it's the quality as of the puff is also the same, and it's very handy. There is a mirror as well. It's good for travel. I think if you are a fan of this foundation, you can get the smaller one for travel. It's very lightweight also. I loved it. I loved this concept, and it opens the same way. There is a seal here also. I have already, of course, opened the seal, but if you want to see the entire packaging how it is, you can check out my other video where I have actually opened the seal and shown you the first impression. Okay, so it's a little bit of a work to work with this tiny little puff, I won't lie. So I'm going to just put my finger like this, and let's apply 31N on this side of the face. Wow, I actually noticed it today that it's almost like 1/3 of the product which is in this foundation. So it is going to take a while to apply with this puff, I'm not going to lie, but you can see how good this foundation matches me. So you can see that this one looks a little bit light when I'm applying it first, but it does settle down and it matches me quite well. Even though the puff is small, it doesn't take a lot of time, so that's a good thing. But if you ask me, I will prefer the bigger puff. It's much more easier to apply with that. Here also you can see that this looks a little bit light here, but trust me, it settles down to a more closer finish to my skin tone. Much better than the 30N, that's for sure. What I can do is one thing, I can probably show you 33N on the sides of my face. You will get a slight bit of an idea. Okay, all done. So this is more of a natural matte or a more matte looking foundation. I have worn it for the entire day. I don't feel anything, and the skin just looks like you know, it's just flawless. I have dry skin. I apply a little bit of moisturizer, and on that I apply this foundation. I have not tried with any kind of primer, so all moisturizer, just this foundation, it works great. So if you're a fan of natural matte foundations, or if you have dry skin and you like matte foundations, this is such a good one. I'm pretty impressed with this, and I don't know why I'm still blending it out, because I think I'm done. And this is how it looks. Okay, it's going to settle down. Let me show you 33N also. Okay, just for fun, I'll just show you 33N on the sides of my face and on the neck. This packaging is a little bit difficult to open, I'll give you that. But it takes a little bit of effort. It's not like the bigger one. The bigger one has like a push packaging. You can push this button here and it opens. It's very easy to open. This feels more luxe. But this packaging doesn't feel as luxe as the bigger one. Okay, so this is 33N, right? Yeah, 33N. Okay, I'll apply a little bit of 33N also, just to show you around this area. Around my neck. It's so difficult to apply on the neck with this cushion. Maybe I can apply like this. I still haven't figured out how to apply on the neck with this. Okay, it's much easier with the bigger puff. Okay, I think the difference is pretty stark. You can see it quite clearly how this side and this side looks like. My skin naturally is pretty clear. I don't really get too many pimples or blemishes. So whenever I apply like natural looking foundations, the difference is not too much unless and until I'm applying a full coverage foundation. So here you can see the coverage is so much, it looks like the shade is off. The shade is not off, but this side is just looking flawless. That's why the difference is. So I have done one side of the face. Let's move on to this one. I think this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite foundations which I have ever worn. I have been using it for the past 2-3 days and I am in just love with this. And The shade which I've got is the same, 31N, and I was pretty confident with this 31 shade from this foundation, so I got the same in the glowy foundation as well. Let's open this up. You get the same amount of product, I think, 0.63 ounce or 18 grams, so it's the same amount of product, and this is in silver packaging. Okay, so I have the red one, I have the silver one. Thumbnail. It opens the same way. I have already used it, so I don't have the seal on here. I haven't taken off the mirror plastic, so I can do that. There's a plastic on the mirror. The mirror is quite nice size, and it's just such a good size, good shape as well. You get your entire face on the mirror. And there is a puff which is white in color, and it opens the same way. And here is your product. There was a seal on top, which I have of course taken out, and we'll apply this on this side of the face. There's nothing much to talk about this. The formulation is glowy. You will see a difference when I apply it. And when I apply it, the first application itself, you can see that it has a subtle glow. Okay, and that kind of glow is not there in the other one. The other one is more like a natural matte finish. I'll try to get this area of my face near the eyes. Still, it's a little bit difficult with the puff. I will figure out a way to apply this foundation with brush or something, but since this is a cushion foundation, I want to apply it with a puff and show you. But the puff is a very different kind of a puff, and it picks up the product and it places all the product on your face, and there is nothing left on this puff, which is amazing. So the puff also has some kind of a role to play on how the foundation looks on your face. I'll take a little bit of a brush and just apply it right here. So it picks up really nicely with a brush also. So this corners of my face, especially around the mouth and underneath the eyes, I'm going to apply it with a brush. It will get a much nicer coverage. And over the eyebrows as well, this area. So my foundation is done. I think let it settle down on the face for some time, and then I'll come back and show you how it looks. Okay, so it has been about 3-4 minutes that I was away, and this is how my foundation looks like right now. It has settled on the face and it looks much more closer to my skin tone, and I am so happy with these two foundation matches. Now you can see a difference in the texture as well. So this is the matte side or the natural matte side, the red cushion foundation, and this is how it looks. Since I had applied some moisturizer, you can still see some glow on the face. It's not completely matte, okay? And this side is the glowy version. You can definitely see a very big contrast here. It's more glowy. This side, as you can see, also has a subtle glow, but much of the glow has come from the moisturizer. As the day progresses, this side will look much more matte or natural matte throughout the day. It's not going to look very dry though. It looks very natural. But this side, I have worn it for the almost 6-7 hours. This side continues to look glowy, and over the period of time, the glow diminishes little bit, but it doesn't go away. Your skin is always going to have that subtle glow, and it's beautiful. This is like a boon for dry skin girls, and it feels so comfortable. Both the sides, they are so comfortable. It's not drying. There is no feeling of tightness. It just feels like you're not wearing anything. This side, I would say, has a slight bit more feeling of foundation. Like you feel like you're wearing foundation. This side, you will not feel like you're wearing anything. I mean, it's just amazing. And you can see, I think coverage wise, I think both sides kind of provide the equal coverage. Maybe this side maybe slightly more, maybe very slightly. This side gives you a little bit more coverage. This side gives you more glow, more natural glow. But I don't know, from what I see right now, it seems very similar. The coverage seems very similar, and it's very long wearing. I have worn these for hours. They are very long wearing. I never thought I will find a cushion foundation in my shade, and I will actually like wearing a cushion foundation. That's amazing. The only thing about the cushion foundation is still this part of my face, like it looks a little bit ashy with all the shades I've tried. Okay, so with the cushion foundation I will have to do a little bit of bronzing. I feel like this part is looking a little bit light. I want it to look more natural, so I will do a little bit of bronzing. One thing which I forgot to mention, that with this side I didn't really apply powder that day, and I kept it without powder. It's fine. I mean, I can go without powder, and same goes for this way as well. If you like that glowy look, I'll just leave it without powder. It's not transfer proof though. If you like touch your face right now, a little bit of foundation you can see on the face, on your fingers. So it's not like it's completely set and it's transfer proof, but you can actually go without powder because it's not going to budge. So I've tried it without powder almost for 6-7 hours. It's fine. So I'm not going to apply powder. I'll just apply a little bit of bronzer to get a more natural look, because this is just too much coverage, and I just want things to blend a little bit more natural. And I'm just showing you the bronzer also because even if you don't apply powder, you're applying powder on technically a creamy product like a foundation. It blends so well, especially on this side of my face. I was surprised. This is of course more matte. It's not going to have too much problem with powder applied on top, but this side I was pretty surprised how easily my powder also blends. So it's amazing. So this is my finished makeup look. I have applied a little bit of blush. My lipstick was fine, but I have applied some lip liner. This is my favorite lip liner these days. This is the ColourPop lip liner in the shade Hoopty. It's such a pretty little shade. I have been applying it with many lipsticks these days. It's like a plummy brown kind of a color. It's really pretty. And the lipstick is the Essence lipstick in the shade This Is Me. And this is such a nice everyday lipstick for me. And the lip liner and the lipstick, it looks so good. I don't know if you can tell, this side is the glowy version. This is definitely much more glowy. I have the glowy blush on, but still I think it's much more glowy. And this side looks much more natural. There's a subtle glow, but if you ask me, I prefer this side. It looks so beautiful. And since I have dry skin, I've always wanted foundations which have a finish like this, which have natural glow and it doesn't look too much, and I don't have to apply powder also. So this side also feels super lightweight, and this side of course it's like super light, but you don't really feel like you're wearing anything. So this is definitely thumbs up for me. Both the formulas, they are so good, and I definitely see myself wearing this foundation a ton. I still need to figure out how to apply this foundation more quickly. Maybe use a brush, I don't know, but you know, the cushion of the foundation also has a play in getting this coverage. So I don't know, I will see how to apply this foundation the best. So yes, I hope this video was helpful and you got an idea of this TirTir cushion foundation. I think it's launching in India soon, or it's already launched. Do let me know if you're watching from India. Did you already get this foundation or you're planning to get this? I would love to know. If you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.